Salutations to dear sadhakas. Welcome. This study of Adhyatmika Shastras is endless till we reach the goal, even beyond also. Out of gratitude, we have to be instruments in the passing of this knowledge as a legacy to the subsequent generations. Thus, it is endless, we have to accept it. Second is what? Every time there is a danger for this effort of ours to study Shastra to become mechanical. And there may come a time where one side we are doing the Shastra Adhyanam very superficially, and other side we are living the life of worldliness so much contradictory to what we are studying in the Shastra. Therefore, if we are true and serious and sincere in our pursuit of the truth, we have to be so very careful that inside our personality, are we remaining the same worldly or are we changing, molding ourselves suitable for the spiritual unfoldment, spiritual emancipation, spiritual experience? This observation has to be there all the time. And what one thing we have to remember is unless we change the atmosphere in which we move outside, outer atmosphere, unless we change, modify it, inner atmosphere can easily not be changed. Without changing the outer atmosphere in which we are continuously exposed through the senses and mind, trying to change the inner atmosphere to be spiritual is a continuous, constant, endless, again a struggle it is. A struggle without any success or fruitfulness. We have to realize even this fact also. Therefore, either we change the place to stay or change the place we are already staying, totally suitable to the spiritual ambience. If you cannot go to an ashram, make the surroundings look like an ashram so that what we are studying Shastras, what we are contemplating in our mind, and what we are seeing around, all the three are in one line. They are in coordination with each other. Otherwise, studying is something else, thoughts in the mind are something else, and what we have around us as ambience or all the things present are different. Then it won't help. There is nothing called sin, etc. once we come to this level, but the pursuit of spirituality cannot be successfully done. So, all around we have in that Bhoga Vastus are the Vastu Vyakti Vishesha towards which we have these delusory attachments and all. And living life with those attachments. Some are there, live around yet not attached. That's a great achievement. But that cannot be taken for granted. Only very few can be of that level. But for others, we don't even aware that we are attached to the objects or enjoyments because of which not only our time wasted but such vasanas are becoming created and which is not allowing the spiritual knowledge to become deeper, which is not allowing the spiritual sadhanas to become deeper. We don't even become aware of it. So change the outer ambience, accordingly change the inner one, suiting to what we are studying, the Shastras. That way, all the time trying to be in that mood when we are in the class, when we are on the seat of meditation or contemplation, or throughout the day when we are not seriously doing sadhana. That time also, what should be around us is that only, which reminds that we are adhyatmika sadhakas. Otherwise, bolo, when we are in that path, who else is there with us other than ourselves? All alone we are. है ना। वो गुरु महाराज तो वो स्मृति में रहते हैं, सामने तो फिजिकली नहीं है. So when we are all alone, what we do at what time, we will ourselves will not be aware. We can just do anything and call ourselves to be spiritual seekers, which is not the truth at all. Therefore, this awareness and these preparations, these adjustments, outer ones to suit to our inner sadhana, creating and then continuously, constantly monitoring. Like when the Aditya L1 will be sent in next 4 hours, how continuous constant monitoring will be done for next 125 days till it is put in that L1 zone of the sun's orbit, whatever. Is it not? In the same way, continuously, constantly observing ourselves. Are we still in samsara? Are we still in the moha vyamoha? Are we still in the extrovertedness? Are we still in the gross things? You know? Yes means what? अभी हमको पढ़ना है. Like in Upanishad, when disciple comes and says, मैंने देख लिया है, परमात्मा को जाना है. Then he says, no, you have not known. The Brahmevapi nunam tvam vetta brahmano rupam. Atanu mimamse mevate. You have further more to contemplate. Yeah, you go. Same way. So if still our value, importance, involvement, indulgence in the worldliness is there through the faculties, outer, so to antakarana. So we are not even the very, very periphery level also of our Shastra, which says the Brahman alone is reality that has to be sought and discovered and abided in. Other than that, everything is the mere superimposition on that. So this knowledge has not become pakka in us. That means more study, more contemplation, more listening is required. Do it, let us do it, and then see to it that we are in the world wherever required, but our minds are always in Paramatma only. For that only, in the beginning, we keep away the world, then learn the art of focusing on Paramatma. Once that art is strengthened, then wherever we go, we are in the world to the extent required, but our inner personality is always in Paramatma only. This is the greatest of the state of being or achievement. Now we are in the class or choosing some time for meditation. There also we are not able to focus on the truth. That means that much of lack of effort to study Shastra, that much of lack of Vairagya to keep away from the world. Knowing this, correcting this at this level, to begin with, consciously, deliberately are able to keep the world away, and at least at the time of that 1 2 hours of study sadhana, we are only with the truth, like we are now while studying. Slowly extend it to beyond or before or after the class also, that the thought is only about Paramatma. More and more that practice is done, then that great sentence said in Kaupina Panchakam, first shloka by Adi Shankara. What he says ki Vedanta Vakyeshu Sadaramantaha Aharnisham Brahmani Ramantaha Kaupinavantaha Kalu Bhagyavantaha. What do they do for life? Bhikshanna Matrena cha Tushtimantaha. A beautiful personality of being contented for the survival of the body, whatever is gained. Full stop. Beyond that, always the vicharana on the Vedanta Vakya is continuously happening. Thus, he is doing the Ramana, reveling in Brahman only. Like as we saw in Mundaka, Atma Kridaha Atmaratihi or Gita, Yastu Atmaratireva Syat, Atma Truptascha, Atma Nevacha Santushtaha. These beautiful sentences of Upanishads and Gita, the Shastra, which are the experiences of the Mahatmas, should become our own first efforts. then after recognizations, then experiences, then nature. Whatever is to be done for this is the right thing to do. Anything opposite it is the wrong thing to be given up. So in short, so many thoughts. The main one is what? Outer things should be arranged in such a way that they help in our inner makeup of the antakarana, which is always focusing on Paramatma. Thus, in our outer, we have to be in touch with Paramatma, in the pursuit of Paramatma only, and nothing else. If this conscious effort is not there, otherwise, all our studies start becoming mechanical. Once they become mechanical, then they lose that charm, that liquidity, or that, what is it, the nectarine fluidity, the joy of it. Once that is lost, like all others, slowly we will also stop coming to the class, doing the study at home. In the meantime, the earlier vasanas, with their own taste of it, come to our surface of the antakarana, and then they pull us, चलो चलो enjoy करते हैं इस जगत को जो थोड़ा समय दूर रखा गलती से on the name of these classes करके we go back to the old ruts of indulgences. This is what happens to 90%. Only less percent are those who become aware of it, guard themselves, keep outer and inner atmosphere only in tune with Paramatma, revel in that only till Paramatma Anubhuti comes, gets established in that, and nothing other than that. So may we all recognize all these necessities, may we be serious and sincere utmost in our chosen spiritual goal and the means. Let never we become anywhere inadvertent, which leads to any damage for our sadhana, any hindrance to our progress. May the Guru Parampara, the God bless us. May we also be careful in this regard. Saying so, let's enjoy today also. So many beautiful things. Our Taittiriya Upanishad Parayanam we will do. Continuation of what we stopped yesterday. Study with Bhashyam. Then we go for our Yoga Darshanam. Incidentally, for ours today, Taittiriya and Yoga Darshanam. 100% same topic is discussed. Then we go for our Mundaka with again Bhashyam in different language. Then we have Bhagavad Gita 11th chapter discussed. In the evening we have our Bhagavatam, the Rishi Munis praising to the Lord. Such a fantastic topic. Then we see the Bharadwajji in Adhyatma Ramayanam continuing to do the stuti of Ramaji. Half we have done yesterday, the remaining. So then our Ashtottaram. So many beautiful things today. In the outer world also, one good event that our Aditya L1 mission is being launched by our ISRO into that solar Kaksha, solar orbit, which takes 125 days to reach 15 lakhs kilometers. So today after the class, we will chant our Surya, Surya Upanishad, requesting Lord Surya to allow this mission to be successful. Now, let us start with our Parayanam. That is, we have done yesterday up to, mhm, okay, seventh Anuvaka, we have to do Pankta Upasana. ॐ पृथिव्यन्तरिक्षं द्यौर्दिशो वान्तरदिशाः अग्निर्वायुरादित्यश्चन्द्रमा नक्षत्राणि आप ओषधयो वनस्पतय आकाश आत्मा इत्यधिभूतम् अथाध्यात्मम् प्राणो व्यानोपान उदानः समानः चक्षुश्रोत्रं मनोवाक्त्वक चर्ममागस्सग्गस्नावास्ति मज्जा एतदधिविधाय ऋषिरवोचत् पाङ्क्तं वा इदगुं सर्वं पाङ्क्तेनैव पाङ्क्तग्गस्पृणोतीति ओमिति ब्रह्म ओमितीदगुं सर्वम् ओमित्येतदनुकृतिः स्म वा अप्योश्रावयेत्याश्रावयन्ति ओमिति सामानि गायन्ति ओगुं शोमिति शस्त्राणि शगंसन्ति ओमित्यध्वर्युः प्रतिगरं प्रतिगृणाति ओमिति ब्रह्मा प्रसौति ओमित्यग्निहोत्रमनुजानाति ओमिति ब्राह्मणः प्रवक्ष्यन्नाह ब्रह्मोपाप्नवानीति ब्रह्मैवोपाप्नोति ऋतं च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च सत्यं च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च तपश्च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च दमश्च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च शमश्च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च अग्नयश्च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च अग्निहोत्रं च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च अतिथयश्च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च मानुषं च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च प्रजा च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च प्रजनश्च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च प्रजातिश्च स्वाध्याय प्रवचने च सत्यमिति सत्यवचारातीतरः तप इति तपो नित्यः पौरुषिष्टिः स्वाध्याय प्रवचने एवेति नाको मौद्गल्यः तद्धिदवस्तद्धिदवः अहं वृक्षस्य रेरिव कीर्तिः पृष्ठं गिरेरिव ऊर्ध्वपवित्रो वाजिनीव स्वमृतमस्मि द्रविणगं सवर्चसं सुमेधा अमृतोक्षितः इति त्रिशङ्कोर्वेदानुवचनम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ ॐ ॐ ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् ॐ विदितानमया विशदैककला न च किञ्चन काञ्चनमस्ति गुरो धृतमेव विदेहि कृपां सहजां भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम् ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि ओं परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः ओं श्री वेदव्यास वैशम्पायन याज्ञवल्क्यादिशङ्करादि गुरुभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः तेषां सर्वेषां नित्यनिरन्तरकृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अनुभव निष्ठाप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां शास्त्राणां गुरुशिष्यभक्तभगवत्परम्परायाः पुनरुत्थान पुनर्जागरण विश्वव्याप्तिद्वारा विश्व आध्यात्मिकप्रगतिद्वारा विश्वशान्तिकल्याण एकता सामरस्यता सौभ्रातृत्व अभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्मिन् धर्मसंस्थापनकार्ये निष्ठित अस्माकं सह समस्तसाधकभक्तसेवकानां बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रुविघ्ननिर्मूलनिवारण समस्तशक्तीनां सम्प्राप्ति साधन सानुकूल्यता संपदा प्राप्ति द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्य दिग्विजयार्थम श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदांतर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः श्री आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे ओम यस्मात् जातं जगत् सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रलीयते येनेदं चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः हिरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते। ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः। नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मावादिशम् ऋतमवादिशं सत्यमवादिशं तन्मामावेत तद्वक्तारमावेत आवेन्माम् आवेद्वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ अथ तृतीया भृगुवल्ली दशमोऽनुवाकः। Let us chant the last. तत्प्रतिष्ठेत्युपासेत प्रतिष्ठावान् भवते तन्मह इत्युपासेत महान् भवते तन्मन इत्युपासेत मानवान् भवते तन्नम इत्युपासेत नम्यन्ते स्मै कामाः तद्ब्रह्मेत्युपासेत ब्रह्मवान् भवते तद्ब्रह्मणः परिमर इत्युपासेत पर्येणं म्रियन्ते द्विषन्तः सपत्नाः पर्ये प्रिया भ्रातृव्याः स यश्चायं पुरुषे यश्चासावादित्ये स एकः स य एवंविद अस्माल्लोकात् प्रेत्य एतमन्नमयमात्मानमुपसंक्रम्य एतं प्राणमयमात्मानमुपसंक्रम्य एतं मनोमयमात्मानमुपसंक्रम्य एतं विज्ञानमयमात्मानमुपसंक्रम्य एतमानन्दमयमात्मानमुपसंक्रम्य इमान् लोकान् कामान्निकामरूप्यनुसञ्चरन् एतत्सामगायन्नास्ते हा वो हा वो हा वो अहमन्नमहमन्नमहमन्नम् अहमन्नादो अहमन्नादोऽहम् अन्नादः अहग्गश्लोककृदहग्गश्लोककृदहग्ग श्लोककृत् अहमस्मि प्रथमजारुतास्य पूर्वं देवेभ्यो अमृतस्य नाभाहि यो मा ददाति स इदेव मा वाह अहमन्नमन्नमदन्तमाद्मि अहं विश्वं भुवनमभ्यभवाम सुवर्णज्योतिः य एवं वेद इत्युपनिषद। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। So friends, the meaning of the Phala Shruti is that even after having Brahmanubhuti at the Vyavahara and Upadhi level, if the things have to be smooth, then Upasana of Parabrahma has to be done. One side, it caters to our sadhana of focusing on Parabrahma all the time. Otherwise, in the class we are doing Parabrahma pursuit, but outer world when we are seeing, if we are not taking it as Brahman, if we take it as real, then that creates the impressions of the differentiation. The impressions that they are different from Bhagwan or Brahman will trouble us when we are trying to focus on the self, which is beyond the vrittis or the panchakoshas. So this is one help of the Falashruti being told. We are talking about 10th Anuvakam, where Tat Pratishtedhyubhasita Pratishthavan Bhavati Mahaityubhasita Mahan Bhavati Manaityubhasita Manavan Bhavati Namaityubhasita Namyante Asmai Kamaha Brahmetyubhasita Brahmavan Bhavati Brahmanah Parivara Ityupasita Paryenam Riyante Dishanta Savatnaha Parye Priyaha Bhratruvyaha. These are all Upasana and Phala Shruti. These Phala all are not of the Brahma Anubhuti at the Upadhi level. So, a Brahmagnani need not struggle at the Upadhi level also after that, though he is beyond it. Here, the struggling of the Upadhis of the Brahmagnani doesn't allow him to do the seva for the Shastra which he wants to do, or to the Guru Parampara or the Jiva or Sadhaka. They were ठीक होना चाहिए. Like Brahmagyan, he is not healthy at the physical level. He has not the strength in the mouth to talk. Is it not? He is in Brahmagyan. But if these faculties are not available, he cannot be useful to the world. He is in his own state of realization. But then, what about his contribution? This is one way for which the Falashruti is told, one way of understanding. The other is what? At the sadhana kala. Ki unless whatever is presented with the faculties, he is understood to be Brahman only, then these things will create impressions which disturb our ekagrata on the sadhana. Imagine Surya, Chandra, or any of the things of the world coming on the meditation seat, or any mountains, rivers, or any of the people, let us say. Then we get disturbed. Our focus goes away and we become angry, cranky with ourselves. When I'm focusing on the self, why these thoughts are coming? That disturbance will come. But if we have done the upasana, that all of these are Brahman alone, then even those thoughts come, we know that Brahman alone through the conditionings expressing as this, but I want to discover the pure Brahman. Oh, the manifested Brahman, I can see you later. Let me see that pure the Brahman first. So don't disturb me. It becomes easier for an upasaka to keep them away. Is it not? Like all Indians, if they properly think about which government to select next without going by any sentiments or emotions, honestly observing what developments have happened last few years. If the chance is given, more greater developments, national, international level, it can be brought. Instead, if all to the broken tukudai, if the power is given, the whole time 5 years they spend only in shifting the powers from one to the other, and no a substantial thought for the whole country can be done. They can't think for the whole nation. That's energy, stamina will not be there because there's no, what do you say, cannot be cohesiveness with so much of different thoughts and ideologies. If this is common and all Indians are matured in knowing, then they know whom to select. Is it not? अगर नहीं है किस्मत ठीक नहीं है तो then they do the बेवकूफ़ी. In our sadhana also, if we have not done the wise work of upasana that everything is Paramatma, then the thoughts on the seat of dhyana or while studying Shastra will disturb. They also disturb in the samsara also. संसार में जगत में व्यवहार में रहने के समय when we take everything as Brahman, that flavor is different. The reactions will not be there. There will be actions and responses in the world, harmless. If we take the world as real, then we'll be coming under influence of the raga, dveshadi devils. Then we suffer. So that way, the samsara is avoided. Second thing, it is required after the Brahmagnana, all these Falashrutis, for the service to that Shastra and Guru Parambara, for that sake, to gain those faculties, sustain those faculties also, which are mentioned in the Falashruti, we have to do the Upasana. Third one, Sadhana Kala, at the time of doing sadhana, that period of whatever the number of lives, 5, 10 lives, we have to go on always knowing that everything is Brahman only. Means name and form are seen outside, they are delusory, but the self in them without which the name form cannot be, that is Parabrahman. That Parabrahma only as an Atma we experience it. With the eyes and mind, we are able to see the name and form. But name and form are on the mind and in the eyes only, not on the object really, but what mind and senses are presenting. We are at the delusionary level of taking that alone as real, not using the intellect to think about this continuous, constant, changing names and forms must have a changeless substratum. If that intellect's thinking is not there, what's presented by senses mind called as Rupa Nama taken as real, then we differentiate it, then we create all minds hallucinations of Kama Krodadi or Ragadveshad. All that samsara happens. So keeping all that in mind. सेम थिंग एक्सपेंडेड इन द भक्ति शास्त्र कि मानो कि सारी दुनिया जो है आपका ही इष्ट देव का रूप है. See, we are seeing it in Gita also, Vishwarupam. Nowadays we are studying so beautifully. Here also, everything is Brahman. That is what is taught. What a beautiful way yesterday we saw. The rishis, all of them praising to Lord Krishna. All the five, six subjects are going on the same topic nowadays. What was said yesterday, if you see, the rishis praising to that Krishna, ki you are, your Hridaya is the, your Shuddha Hridaya is the one which expresses as Vedas. Then those who have the Antakarana Shuddhi, they can study the Vedas. And they will understand the content that is contained in the Vedas. And what is that contained? Contained is the Vedas talk about the Vyakta, the gross, the Avyakta, the subtle or causal, and then Paraha, the beyond. Vyakta, Avyakta, and Para. So Vyakta is gross and subtler worlds. Avyakta is causal. Para is Parabrahma. So therefore, what it is? You yourself are Parabrahma expressing as Vyakta and Avyakta. O Lord, that nature of you will be revealed when your own Hridaya called as Shastras are studied by the Shuddha Antakarana people and contemplated. So what it shows therefore, the whole world is nothing but Bhagavan's only Vyakta and Avyakta expression without himself going through any modification. Therefore, the whole world is nothing but Paramatma's Vibhuti only, without putting him into samsara. तैत्तिरीय अपने उसमें हमने पढ़ा हो भागवत में. Even in the Adhyatma Ramayana also, the Stuti we will see Bharadwaji doing today. Some of them we saw yesterday that the whole thing is you only the Lord. There the topic was same thing said in different way, which we are studying in this Upanishad as well as Mundaka as well as in our Yoga Darshana. What is that said? Ki you being the self one only, you only are expressing as the subject and object dichotomy. अन्ना अन्नाद रूप में आप ही व्यक्त हो रहे हो. That was said in Adhyatma Ramayana yesterday. So many shastras talking the same truth. Clear? So in short, our mind should have minimum importance given to the Nama Rupa only for Vyavahara. Beyond that, everything is that Paramatma. For that sake only all these upasanas of Brahma samagnya kaha hai usko, along with the phala shruti is being told to us. And phala really will come and nothing wrong in having that phala. It is required, it is helpful. Hmm. Amma. So in this way, that beautiful portion of Dashamanuvaka, all these sublime topics of Manushi Samagna, Daivi Samagna, and then the next six Samagna with Phala, all of that has been covered by us. And before that Nakanchana Vasado Pratya Chakshita, and Etadvai Mukato Onnagam Radham, all of them are such a powerful teachings. Taittiriya, very essential, very useful. Every Valli, every Anuvaka. For a wise, interested person who has molded his mind to the way of loving the Shastras, loving the study of the Shastras, loving the theme of the Shastras, keeping that as the goal and excited to reach that goal. In this mood, anyone is there. For him, there's no greater festival and celebration than studying, contemplating on the mantras of the Upanishad. है कि नहीं? बढ़िया है कि नहीं? वो दिन अगर आया तो एग्जाम्पल इज गुरुदेव. See, the moment he started studying from Bhagavan, his Guru Shivananji and Tapon Maharaj, throughout life, so much he is fascinated by the Shastras that at 42 and a half years, every day he was only reveling in the Anubhuti of the Shastra and in Pravachana on the Shastra for others. How much love he must be having for it, Shastra Jnana. How, नहीं तो क्या है ना जनरली अदर थिंग्स तो वी गेट मोर एंड वी लीव देम पीपल वी गेट मोर वी लीव देम projects we get more and leave them some things we don't leave because some bhoga or enjoyment we are getting from it but what bhoga enjoyment is there in giving satsang on shastra kuch nahi then what must be the force because of which all that is done that love and respect for the shastra for being what it is for being so glorious it is it not? If our minds are molded like that, for us also, सुबह उठते ही लगाया सामने शास्त्र और रेवल कर रहे हैं उसमें पढ़ना. How beautiful. This was depicted in the old system of Indian tradition. That once one crosses that age of 55, 60, where all responsibilities are done with, they're only having the Purana or Kitab in front of, and they keep on studying. The Bahu log kaam kar rahe, bachche pote kaam kar rahe. They are busy, but this Dadi Nani is only seated in Shastra. What a beautiful picture it is and all the divinity in the Shastra she is taking inside. With that, she'll speak whatever little to the children, grandchildren, based on the Shastra Jnana. Whole good ambience, atmosphere is created. They also get the thoughts given by Dadiji as well as the thought that when we grow to that age, we must also study Shastra. Now this is not there because so many bhoga vastus are kept around enchanting, fascinating, and endless. So these are other so little away from the topic, but complete topic. Now after all this is done, we are now with in the Bhashya the question and answer between Siddhanti and Urva Pakshi. Okay, and the last one in that so, Upasana Anuvaka last mantra Samagnya ki what was the last one? ब्रह्मणः परिमर इत्युपासीत पर्येणं म्रियन्ते द्विषन्तः सपत्नाः पर्ये प्रियाः भ्रातृव्याः also should be carefully understood. मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग भी नहीं करना उसका और उसका जरूरत को भी समझना. What is a possible misunderstanding? कि अच्छा ब्रह्मज्ञानी also does upasana for the killing of the people. Don't misunderstand because mriyante the words are used. Don't misunderstand. What is the right understanding? Ki the enmity in them towards the Brahmagnani, which is obstructing Brahmagnani's service to the world, either that will be eliminated अगर उससे काम हो गया तो नहीं तो naturally when he is appointed with the Lord in the service of the world in the Sanatana Dharma Shastra, so if any one of them through enmity they disturb him, they have to be eliminated. No, will you allow the disturbance? Continuously poking? No, in the interest of the bigger work and total work. Like every time when Bhagavan takes avatar, in the interest of bigger work of dharma, sustenance, and good people's protection, all the Rakshasas, negative people, he eliminates them. In our body also, how much food we eat, do we keep all the dirt inside or eliminate it every day? If you don't eliminate, body continuously throwing the things which are produced inside only but are harmful for the body through the ears, through the nose, through the stomach and all. बार बार बाहर फेंक ही जा रहा है वो. Same way, we have to be very careful that we don't hate anyone. But if anybody unnecessarily hates us, where we are noble and we are doing noble work, we cannot spare them. We can't allow them to grow. There's no way. See how much of our Indian intention and efforts were put all the time to struggle with this cross-border terrorism. अब how long तुम लोग करोगे भाई? अब देखो नया चाल चलाया, पूरे दुनिया के सामने उनको नंगा करके रख दिया ना। वो लोग अब सोचने लगे हम जो है ज्यादा वो नहीं ले सकते पंगा इनसे। सो दे नो दे वी आर बेटर सेफ नाउ। सेम विथ चाइना, the strategies are made strongly so that they also keep quiet, they stop bothering. And what is our work? Internal development and the universal development. Same way, a jnani is experiencing his own self inside, want to give it to others. These people who disturb in whatever the form they have to be eliminated. That is the way it has to work. Everywhere it is done. Every tree and plant, whole solar system will eliminate those things which are an obstruction for the growth, movement, or evolution of this whole system there. You can't allow the destroying things continue to be there. No, then फिर उस सृष्टि का उस ग्रोथ का कोई मजा या मतलब नहीं रहता. Therefore, when you do the upasana, that brahmanah parimarah iti upasita. So the whole world merges in the vayu merges in the akasha. Therefore, akasha is parimara. The akasha is the expression of Brahman working as parimara. Okay, which is the dissolution point of everything. In this way, when the upasana are done, vishantaha savatnaha variyante. All unnecessarily hating enemies, they get destroyed. Not only hating ones, the non-hating ones also, because they will not hate, but they will be causing disturbance in our growth. Therefore, they also will be kept aside. The second line is very important. Pariye priya bhratruvya. है ना, परिये प्रिया अप्रिया भ्रातृव्या. So they are not dvishantah. Not only that, they are bhratruvya, but apriya. Not dvishanta means not hating. Bhratruvyaha means very close to us. But apriyaha, but they are like a, वो कहते हैं ना वो जो को क्या कहते छुरा, पॉकेट में छुरा है, कोई हिंदी में कुछ कहावत है. हमेशा वो इधर इधर घूमते रहो, हालांकि वो पोकिंग करता रहता है. The moment you move and it is poking, moving here, poking that. है ना, ऐसा कुछ लगाया मानो जिससे हमेशा वो दर्द हो रहा है. It's not allowing you to move properly. They are like that type. Then they also will be slowly, silently eliminated if this upasana is done and which is required. At the sadhana kala also, after the siddhi, and the seva kala also. So that we have to have such a wonderful freedom to serve like Puja Gurudev. He must have done all this sadhana. Therefore, those initially disturbing Brahmanas, how come you talk Vedanta to the in the Mlecha Bhasha? All they used to poke so much to him. They were not hating him that way, but they were doing all this nonsense. Ab dekho, he might have done this upasana, slowly they only became devotees. And now in the world is no Sanatana Dharma Swami who doesn't talk English. He'll have to talk. It's the international language. When you make Sanskrit as international language, then everything goes back to Sanskrit. A time will come for that. अभी भाषा सेकेंडरी है ना, तत्व को पहचाना है ना, सनातन धर्म महिमा को पहुंचाना है. In the way the people are now receiving, we have to give it. We have done the mistake of neglecting our Sanskrit. We have done this mistake of giving importance to this language. Now we can't do the continuous another mistake of not talking on Shastra in this familiar language. अब शुद्ध संस्कृत में बोलोगे तो कौन आएगा सुनने को? Even in Hindi also, even North India, where people have reduced to listen in Hindi. Only a group are there, few, some Orthodox and all. Everywhere, what I want to do. See, out of my 6 classes, I have only one in Telugu. All 5 are in English. Purpose is not language, no. Purpose is talking in that bhasha. In that the subject has to be conveyed. So what the whole thing? Puja Gurudev was that way disturbed by those people in the initial days. But later on, he is a royal because Pariye Priyaha Bhratruvyaha. They also Mriyante. They are no more. Then the work went on vigorously. But still, some were internally in the form of the disciples or the trustees. ये देखो उनका भी प्रारब्ध समष्टि का भी प्रारब्ध और to what extent the whole work has to go, ईश्वर only knows. Therefore, it goes on happening all sort of smoothness in the understanding hota hai. In the happenings cannot be smoothness. Then there's no maja in the srishti. Mahatmas know it. Therefore, they don't get perturbed. The whole world which has come out of Maya has no tikana. Therefore, at what time, in because what reason it behaves in what way, nobody knows. Like a guru, a disciple, a wonderful devotion the guru has, disciple has for the guru. बहुत सेवा चल रहा है 30-40 साल. अब सडनली माया कैन कम फ्रॉम एनी साइड इनटू द डिसाइपल. नो, कौन रोक सकता है उस माया को? अब घुस गया तो देन ही हिमसेल्फ कैन बिकम एनिमिकल टू द गुरु एंड डिस्टर्ब हिम. So there's the knows. These are all in Prakriti, in the Prapancham. We are only taking a chance to serve in this Maya Yukta world. It is not in our hands. कुछ भी हो सकता है, सब कुछ मंजूर है. देखो, you can't away. I'm telling, even in that later stage, if at all some people have troubled, that is the play. That's how it goes on. But it doesn't disturb their work. Like Bhagavan Adi Shankara. 72 people were there against him that time. All of them he defeated. Lord Rama. Not that peaceful journey. Lord Krishna. How many Rakshasas, Nastikas? बाहर जगत में यही मजा है. Inside discovering the self and outside doing only that work of establishing the self is what we have to do. That is the moksha giving one. If that's not done, the worldliness will overpower this one. Like if you don't support the Hinduism, Sanatana Dharma, then all other religions, which are so limited in million of ways, they become prominent. Then the whole human inner evolution gets stagnant. There's no way. Therefore, Sanatana Dharma ko raksha karna hi hai. That way here also. So this is how the Phala Shruti, the purpose of Phala Shruti and the necessity of Upasana of all these Samajñaha, Brahman at the Sharira level, Manushi as well as Devi, all of them discussed. Any more doubts, questions? We will see again if they come. Now coming to the Prashnottari. In the Avatarika to the next mantra, Sayashayam Purushe, when Shankara Bhagavan said something or the Siddhanti, the Purva Pakshi raised a question. It was answered. Another question, again answered like that, 6 or 7 questions. One of them is first the statement is what? Now it's a very crucial discussion. Huh? Very important discussion, very useful, very fruitful, worthy of very consciously listening and grasping without any negligence. भक्ति से श्रद्धा से सुनकर स्वीकृत करने वाला विषयों का ये यहाँ डिस्कशन चल रहा है. फर्स्ट पॉइंट, नाउ आई एम स्टडिंग फ्रॉम द अवतारिका. प्राणो वा अन्नम शरीरम अन्नादम इति आरभ्य आकाश अंतस्य कार्यस्य एव अन्न अन्नादत्वम उक्तम. Oh, my dear listeners, be careful. When Shruti Mata spoke about in the beginning, Pranova Annam, then Shariram Annadam, in that way, it concluded with Akasha, then Prithvi. That's it. In this discussion of Pranova Annam, Jyotirannadam, so Prithviva Annam, Akasha Annadaha, Jyotirannadam. So to Apova Annam, Jyotihi Annadam. This we have seen, no, the 3 sets in 3 Anuvakas, 7, 8, 9. They are all what they are proving कि इति आरभ्य आकाशान्तस्य. What are they? Anna Annadattvam. But to what they belong? Karyasya eva Anna Annadattvam uktam. So the karya का ही ये Anna Annadattva है. Anna means experiencer. Annada experiencer. Bhokta bhogya. So where are this bhokta and bhogya there? In karya only. That is what is the thing it was said. Now this Bhurabhakshi, you can talk to, in this way also, Uktam Nama Kim Tena. So in this you can see 2 versions. He may be humorously or sarcastically he may be saying, or very genuinely as a jignasu he may be saying. Sarcastically saying means what? हाँ, suddenly वो topic क्यों लाया, क्यों बताया, मैंने तो तभी पूछना था, पर मैं भूल गया था। अब बताओ, उक्तम नाम बोल दिया होगा, किम तेना सो व्हाट? Or the positive way is what? As a pure jnana. So, yes, I heard that time. I just a very important thing it appeared to me. I just wanted to know for what purpose Shruti Mata has said that, please. Can you explain? A Siddhanti. This is how the Purvapaksh may be requesting also. Generally, he doesn't request, he's a Purvapakshi only. But we can see that. Then the answer given is so perfect. This is what exactly we are going to study in the 17th Sutra of our Yoga Darshanam, second Sadhana Pada also. So what is said here? Ki Uktam Nama Kimtena is the Purva Pakshi's objection or prashna. Then Siddhanta says, Tena etat siddham bhavati. Are bhai, by that way of talking by the Shruti Mata, this is what is arrived at or concluded. This thought is come to the conclusion or understanding. What it is? Ki कार्य विषय एव भोग्य भोक्तृत्व कृतः संसारः न तो आत्मनि इति आत्मनि तो भ्रांत्या उपचर्यते. Now this one paragraph is entirely important for the whole life. Same thing we'll study now in Yoga Darshanam. Step by step. Now, Tena Etat Siddham Bhavati, by this is concluded. This is the discussion or the decision we come to, or this is what the understanding arrived to. What it is, ki Bhogya Bhoktrutva Krutaha Samsara. First, what is Samsara defined? Dukkha Bahulyam, Pradhana Purusha, Samyoga, Heya Hetu. What we are going to study Yoga Darshanam is same here. So, first thing is, Samsara is what? Bhogya Bhoktrutva. When there are two, the bhokta and the bhogya, then only samsara is there. In one, there is no samsara. Okay? Now, this bhogya bhoktrutva yukta samsara, where is it in? Karya vishaya eva. It is only in the karya vishaya. Karya means akashadi. Karya कहते हैं उसको. है ना तस्माद्वय तस्मादात्मन आकाश संभूत so that atma became karana. From them, for the sake of srishti, the akashadi karya came. Therefore, in the effects only, karya vishaya only, in the relative outer world only, in the upadhis only, there is a bhogya bhoktrutva, be attentive, and the bhogya bhoktrutva created samsaraha. Therefore, natu atmani. Therefore, in the atma, that karya, the bhogya bhoktrutva, samsara not there. So the karana brahma, the karya akashadi. Okay. The bhogya bhoktrutva samsara is there only at the level of the karya akashadi, not in the karana, the atma or brahman. So the pure Brahman, Atman, never became Bhokta, never there is a Bhogya Vastu in him other than him, never ever therefore he is entered into any samsara. So the pure Atma has never entered into samsara. Whatever the samsara we have called as Bhoktrutva Bhogya is only in Karya. Okay? Natu Atmani, not on the self. But we all feel, experience as if that samsara of bhogya bhoktutva is on our own selves. That is the $1,000,000 point. Atmanito bhrantya upacharyate. Only because of bhranti, this karya bhogya bhoktrutva samsara is superimposed. Bhrantya. What is bhranti? When the right means of knowledge are not adopted, because of which the right correct knowledge is not gained, after which that which is not authentic and has no logic or source, if you come to that conclusion, that is called as bhranti. So you have not used the right means of torchlight, therefore exactly it is only the rope, that knowledge has not been gained. Then from somewhere suddenly we started calling it as the snake, where there is no pramana for it. That's called as bhranti. And how long the bhranti remains? So long the right means of knowledge are not adopted to see the truth as it is. So for us the right means of knowledge is Shastra and Vicharana, followed by that sadhana and experience. So when the Shastriya Vicharana is done, we will know the self is always aloof, unattached, and unidentified at all with anything. From the self, that Karya Sanghata, which has been superimposed or imagined, in that only Bhogya Bhoktrutva Dvaita, experiencer and experienced, subject object Dvaita, which is called samsara, is projected. Not in the self. Luckily, because if in the self there is a samsara, and if that samsara is real in the self, the real will never go away. है कि नहीं? उसी को रियल बोलते हैं ना, जो कभी नहीं जाता. Then never ever a samsari can get a moksha, because for him the samsara is real. If this proposition is accepted, that for the self are these bhogya bhoktrutva, therefore samsara. No, never ever the self has become bhokta, nor there is any bhogya other than him. Therefore there is no bhogya bhoktu sambandha samsara in the atma at any period of time, past, present, future. समझ गए ना? इवन अभी संसार काल में जब हम है बंधन में, इवन नाउ द सेल्फ इज अनटलीड, अनटच्ड बाय देम. This is what is conveyed. Because the whole samsara is experience and experience, anna and annada. So what is the annam? Pranova annam, shariram annadam. No, both are the effects of the akasha only, no? They are the product of akasha only. Tasmad vai tasmad atmana akash sambudha akashat vayu. Vayu means prana only. Vayo agni agni rava adya prithvi prithivya oshadaya oshadibhyo annam annat purusha purusha sharira. So in the second set also, Apova Annam, Jyotirannadam. Apa and Jyoti, both are again came from Akasha only. Akasha is the Karya. So to the third set, Akasha, Annam, then Prithvi Annada. Prithvi Annam, Sharira, Akasha Annada. They also are in the Karya only. Never by talking this to be the Anna Annada. What is connected is Anna Annada related samsara. Samsara which is possible because of Anna Annada, that always in the Karya only, not in Paramatma. Therefore, in Paramatma never ever was that samsara. Not knowing it, therefore not accepting it, therefore not living like that, is called as ignorance or delusion or misconception or wrong practice, wrong habit, and it has become a nature to really think ourselves to be a samsari. Very, very crucial discussion what we are doing. Thank God the same thing will continue in our Yoga Darshanam also. Now, on this point said by the Guru Maharaj, now Siddhanta Purva Pakshi has got 5-6 questions for clarification so that this understanding is beyond doubt. First he says, okay, ये तो हो गया तेन एतत् सिद्धं भवति कार्य विषयः एव भोग्य भोक्तृत्व कृत संसारः न तो आत्मनि इति. आत्मनि तो Brantya upachariyate. Out of delusion only on the self, this samsara is superimposed of bhogya and bhoktru. Now he says, Nanu Atma api. No, second question. Atma api paramatmanah karyam. And you said in the karyam only there is samsara. Therefore, tata yuktaha tasya samsara iti. आत्मा इज कार्य ऑफ परमात्मा, कार्य में संसार है, फिर आत्मा में संसार होना चाहिए. Anna, this is a question. No, the answer, no, not my dear that way. Why? Because ki, ki, this Atma which you are talking as the Karya of Paramatma, it is not that Karya that way, the Akasha they are the Karya of Paramatma. Then what? The Paramatma alone is expressing as the Atma entering into that created the world. No nobody has come there. No new thing is created out of him. He only entered. You know, like same person entered from his house into the office. है ना, कभी घर में ही ऑफिस होता है कुछ लोगों का. जनरली द एडवोकेट्स, लॉयर्स, सम मेडिकल प्रोफेशनल्स, दे कीप, सो दे आर इन द हाउस with wife, children. No time हो गया 10 बजे, they go into the chamber there. So he alone went there, no? There's no other body who went there and He did not become something else to go there. He himself went. This is what was said. Have you forgotten or what? Shruti Mata or Siddhanta is asking. He says, कि असंसारिणः एव प्रवेश श्रुतेः. अरे यार, as an Atma who has entered the Karya, the Asamsari Paramatma only, no? प्रवेश श्रुति तो वही तो बताया exhaustively. तत् सृष्ट्वा तदेव अनुप्राविशतु. Therefore, there are two things, that Paramatma is a Karana and of him the Atma is Karya. Therefore, Atma is like one of the Akasha. Therefore, in the Karya Akashadi, just like there is a Samsara Bhogya Bhoktru, so too in the Atma there is Samsara. Don't misunderstand like that. There is no effect called as Atma coming from the cause Paramatma. Paramatma alone is expressing like that. In that Pravesha Shruti, that was it is said. What it is said, देखो, explanation is given, कि tat srishtva tadeva anupravishatu. That was the main sentence. How exhaustively we studied. Tat srishtva tadeva anupravishat. Means he himself having created the world, he himself entered the world. Therefore, who is the creator? Brahma, Atma only, Paramatma only. And who entered there? Paramatma only. There is not two persons. Therefore, Atma, Paramatma are not two. One is Karana, another is Karya. No. He alone entered. Therefore, as Paramatma, you have accepted with Asamsari. Therefore, the Asamsari Atma alone is there. Therefore, his Asamsari Atma is there. He is not an effector like the Akashadi from the cause, the Parabrahma. Point 1 explanation it is given now कि इति आकाशादि कारणस्य हि असंसारिणः एव परमात्मनः कार्येषु अनुप्रवेशः श्रूयते. The Parabrahma who is Karana of the Akashadi, he himself having created the Karya Akashadi, himself Paramatmana Karyeshu Anupravesha Shruyate, he himself has entered into that. So the Paramatma Asamsari, he created Akashadi. He only entered the Asamsari Paramatma. Paramatma never became Samsari. In that Pravesha Shruti that was there, he Akashadi Karanasya Asamsarina Eva Praveshaha. That the Lord Parabrahma, who is the cause of Akashadi and who is Asamsari, he alone has done the Pravesha. That was the meaning of the Pravesha Shruti. How do you prove that, sir? Proof is what? Ki, before that, a powerful, very important sentence to be carried, please. Hope you are catching every thought. Very, very powerful sentence here. Tasmat karya anupravishtaha jivaha jivaha atma paraha eva असंसारी. जिसको आप अभी जीव मान रहे हो, जिसने इस उपाधियों में प्रवेश किया, वो साक्षात परब्रह्म परमात्मा अलोन इज देयर, हु वाज नेवर ए संसारी. अगेन आई एम रीडिंग. तस्मात् कार्य अनुप्रविष्टः जीवः, which you are talking as jiva who has entered into the karya akashadi, atma paraha eva, he is paramatma only who is a samsari. That means what? Never ever to the self there was any samsara, either in past or present or future. Then how come we are going through that? वही तो बताए ना, भ्रांत्या उपचर्यते. That would be the subsequent questions. Next 4 questions are to discuss on this point only. And what we said earlier, if the Atma which has entered, Paramatma entered into the Srushti, the created Karya, the Akasha, the Karya, and he becomes Samsari, no? Then he can never come back again to become Mukta. Therefore, what's happening? Bhagavan is creating the Jagat, is entering, is becoming Jiva, Samsari. अब there is no moksha. अगर मोक्ष का प्रसंग ही नहीं है, तो the Guru, the Shastra, the Upadesha, Adhyatmik Sadhana, all of them become meaningless. But that's not the case. Because they are great saints who have experienced their Brahma Tattva, their Moksha Anubhuti. Therefore, from the example of the Mahatmas, Moksha Anubhuti is there. तो मोक्ष अनुभूति होना है तो आत्मा अनुभव को पाना है. आत्मा अनुभव को पाना है तो आत्मा एज इट इज रहना चाहिए. He should not become samsari. Therefore, there was never a samsari becoming to this Paramatma, even though he is functioning through the upadhis as if a jiva, having entered them. दिस इज द हाइएस्ट ऑफ द वेदांत प्लेस. ये नहीं समझा ना, अब कोई भी वेदांत हमने नहीं समझा. वी आर वेरी एट द सुपरफिशियल लेवल. Like a cinema actor, when he is playing a role in a movie or any stage, he is expressing through that role, is it not? Has he become that? He has not become. If he becomes, अब एक एक सिनेमा में एक एक बनी जा रहे हो, so he will not be the original. See, in some movies, he is expressing as a hero. It's an expression. He never became. Another one is side hero, expressed, not became another comedian. This is a very crucial thing. Means the Paramatma, as per the Taittiriya earlier Anuvakas, having expressed the Karya in the form of the Akashadi, he entered the thing. Tat Sushta Tadeva Anupravishat. He only entered. And he never entered to transform himself by identifying both those things, permanently becoming like a bound jiva. अगर ऐसी बात है तो मोक्ष हो ही नहीं सकता. Everywhere it is like the man remaining man, temporarily expressing his husband through the wife. He has never become. If he becomes husband, then he can't become father. He can't become an officer. He can't become brother. अगर वो बन गया मानो तो पति नहीं बना, एक्सप्रेस कर रहा है. That's why when the condition called wife is there, express as husband. When another condition of son comes, he express as father. He goes to the friends, then he can't go there as a husband there. He is a different there. The upani is different. He is remaining same, expressing. So to Paramatma asamsari only, even in when he is expressing through the vestiar samashti karya called as upadis. That is a great chance for thing because of which only one can again go back to his own essential nature. And a very subtle thought conveyed through this is what? Therefore, we never became samsari. Abiding in this point is called realization of the self. Only this much. The one who thinks he has become a jiva through the upadhi is a samsari. The one who discovers that I am working through the upadhi but I am not bound by it, that is called as a realization. That is the meaning of pradhana purusha samyogaha is hetuhu and pradhana purusha samyoga viyogaha is the heya hetuhu. What we are going to study in yoga darshanam now. Absolutely same topic. And we have to be very conscious, cautious, careful, contemplative in catching these most essential things. On this only entire spirituality, Vedanta, meditation, realization, सारे इसी पे आधारित है. That is why toward the end, taking the opportunity, Siddhanti himself has proposed that point and himself as he becoming Purapakshi, raising the questions. When the answer is given, the picture becomes crystal clear. So again, I will read that Bhashyam, try to feel the meaning. Ki, the question is what? Nanu Atma api Paramatmanah karyam tatah yuktah tasya samsaraha iti. Atma is the karya of Paramatma. Effect. Therefore, he is a samsari, saying it is correct. It's Purapakshi. Siddhanta says, no, no. Why? Asamsarinah eva pravesha shrutehe. So we have seen the Shruti, we have seen the Pravesha Shruti, that the Asamsari Paramatma only has entered into the Jagat. He has not become a Karya or created a Karya, then made him to enter. He himself has entered. So asamsarina eva pravesha shrutehe. Quotation tat srishtva, having created that tat eva anupravishatu. Tad eva anupravishat. Having created, he entered into that. Iti. Iti. What is the meaning of this sentence? Akashadi karanasya paramatmanah eva. Who is asamsari? So the Karana of the Akashadi, the Paramatma, who is never an asamsari, of him only, of that Paramatma only, Karyeshu into the Karya, Anupravesha, Shruyate, entry. The same Paramatma who is ever asamsari, alone having created the Karya Jagat, he himself asamsari entered in it. Therefore, tasmad karya anupravishta jiva, which you are calling a jiva, atma paraiva, asamsari. Non-samsari Paramatma only is there, who is playing like a jiva, is never became jiva. Therefore, jiva bhava is not a reality. It is only temporarily taken. Okay, the example is given to say, logic is given to say that the one who created the karya without himself going through any modification, himself only entered. Therefore, that entered whom you are calling as jiva, whom you are calling as an atma, whom you are calling as the karya, the effect of Paramatma, is not another entity. He alone. Further explanation is called Sruštva Anu Pravishatu Iti Samana Kartrukatva Upapattehe. So Sruštva Anu Pravishat. So this person, he, Mr. Ram, having gone to Lanka, when you say, then do you say somebody killed Ravana? Having gone to Lanka and he killed Ravana, when you say a whole sentence. No, this having gone to Lanka, hone Rama hai. Rama having gone to Lanka, he killed Ravana. When you say that Rama who is having gone, the one who killed in this sentence, are the two people. Wherever they use word having, that means the one who has done the earlier work, same one has done here the same. So tat sruštva, that is the creation made. Tad eva anupravishat, entered. So there are two works are there, two karmas are there. One the srushti karma, second is pravesh. The creation and entry. Now, who is created, who has created, and who has entered? There are two people. Why? Tva pratyay is there. Tat sruštva, having created, tad eva anupravishat means he, the one who created, the creation का कर्ता जो था वही प्रवेश किया है. Not any other atma or jiva, it is Paramatma only. So, iti samana kartrukatva upvattehe samana kartrukatva. The one who did, same. Having the word used. So the mother at home having cooked the food, she served. Means what? The cooker as well as serving. Both are one person only. Then only having the word you use it. माता रानी ने खाना बनाकर परोसा. So बनाकर परोसा मतलब same person. नहीं तो विल नॉट यूज दैट बनाकर परोसा. माता रानी ने बनाया और ये सर्वेंट ने परोसा, या सर्वेंट ने बनाया, मदर ने परोसा. दैट टू डिफरेंट. बट हियर यहाँ तत्सृष्टवा तदेव, वो बनाकर खुद घुस उसमें चले गए. तो बनाकर चले गए मतलब जिसने बनाया वही अंदर गया. The one who made alone is entered. Therefore, there is no jiva samsari. Brahman alone is entered the whole creation. In that ignorance or bhranti, that the entered Paramatma is considered as jiva and suffering, which is not at all called for. Never ever is impossible. Is possible. But yet that impossible को possible दिखाना ही माया अविद्या भ्रांति का ये शक्ति है. And as long as we don't study Shastra and contemplate, this Shakti goes on operating in creating or sustaining that Bhranti that we are Jiva. The moment we start studying Shastra and contemplating, slowly, this should get fizzled out. That's called realization. Realization is not of a new thing having created that we get it. No. Already I am the Paramatma who never became samsari. Realizing it. There are two versions. No, I have become Jiva. No, I am trying to become Samsarika. No. You are always Brahman. Even now, you are only playing the play of Jiva unnecessarily, and you got caught up in that. You just shed out all your upadhi. You discover your oneness with your eternal self, which you never got away from it. है ना, पूरे आकाश में when you put walls, the akasha never became the inner space of the hall. The upadhi is making us feel like that. Remove the upadhi, oneness is always existing, is recognized. Oneness is not created. This space is not merged in that. It's ever merged, it is never separate. But the sense of separation which was there because of the walls, that sense goes away. The oneness is as if discovered, but it was never removed. It was only covered. हमेशा एकता था, वो थोड़ा कुछ समय वॉल्स के कारण अनेक के रूप में दिखा, बना नहीं. Otherwise, after pulling down the walls, the inner space, you have to lift and throw in the total space. डालो, क्या कर रहा हूँ मैं? जो जो स्पेस अंदर छोटा था ना, उसको मैं पूरे स्पेस में डाल रहा हूँ. करते हो क्या? Wonderful. Therefore, he says, सर्ग प्रवेश क्रियो च एक चेत करता. सर्ग करता एंड प्रवेश करता वन है, तभी जाकर त्वा प्रत्यय युक्त. सो त्वा प्रत्यय, you know, the त्वा प्रत्यय in grammar, having done, as I told you, having done, that will be used when the creator, the sarga, enter the pravesha. करने वाला करता एक ही है, तो only one who created alone has entered. Therefore, as you said, there is Paramatma and his Karya is an Atma. He having identified the Upadhi, he has become Samsari. No. The Samsari Paramatma only, remaining as a Samsari only, he only entered into the created the world. That's the meaning of Pravesha Shruti. Now the disciple will ask the questions, पूर्व पक्षी, बट दुख का हमको महसूस हो रहा है, सुख का हमको अनुभव आ रहा है, बंधन का अनुभव आ रहा है. Very genuine questions he'll ask and equally powerful answers. The Guru says, भैया वही तो कह रहे, you have never become samsari, you have never a suffering. Why are you unnecessarily identifying with it? The highest yoga, what is said in Gita 6th chapter, the dukkha sanyoga viyogam yoga sangitam. Refusing to identify with the upadhi is yoga. You have never become one with the upadhi. No, you just only identifying, that also on top of ignorance and wrong practice. That never makes you mixed with that. And like there are two alloys are there, some which you never mix, but whatever the process you do, these two are like that, the Atma and Prakriti. Okay? Same thing we'll study now again in Yoga Darshanam. We have a beautiful questions here further. Ki pravishtasya tu bhavantara apati iti chet. No, no, no. After entering, you might have changed. Another question will be asked was, ki anena jivena atma iti vishesh shruti hai. Dharmantarena anupravesha iti chet. Then another will ask him, Drushtam jivasya samsaritvam iti chet. Then he says, Samsara dharma vishita atma upalapite iti chet. So then bhavantarapannasya eva tadapohartha sampada tadapohartha sampat iti chet. Iti chet means if I say like that, if I say like that. So here the discussion is the samsari jiva asti. That is what is Purva Pakshi. There is no samsari jiva, only Paramatma is there. Finally, that's what we have to arrive at. Like in the dream world, the dreamer, never the waker became that. You only appear like that. When you wake up, the appearance has gone away, not that the dreamer became the waker. Dreamer awakened to his awakened stage in which he is always there. A very good discussion. One day it will take, tomorrow also. Thoroughly we study it. Om, 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 Purnamadah Purnamidam, Purnat Purnamudachyate, Purnasya Purnamadaya, Purnamevavachishyate Om. शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो परमर्षिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुति मात्रे ओम तत्सत ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. 3-4 minutes it will take. As I told you today, our Aditya L1 is going into the Surya orbiter. So for the success of it, Surya Upanishad will chant. We can't be a scientist, but itna to kar sakte. Let the project be successful and fruitful for the purpose for which it is sent, which is in the interest of entire humanity. Om Atha Suryanugrahena Shastra Prayogasya Digvijayartham Tena Samasta Manavadi Abhivruddhi Adhyatmika Pragatyartham सूर्य उपनिषदः पारायणं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः, भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः, स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्ट्वागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः, स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः, स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यवरिष्ठनेमिः, स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम अथ सूर्याथर्वांगिरसंव्याख्यास्यामः ब्रह्मा ऋषिः गायत्री छन्दः आदित्यो देवता हंस सोहमग्निनारायणयुक्तं बीजं हृल्लेखा शक्तिः वेदादिसर्गसंयुक्तं कीलकं चतुर्विधपुरुषार्थसिद्ध्यर्थे विनियोगः। षट्स्वरारूढेन बीजेन षडङ्गं रक्ताम्बुजं स्थितं सप्ताश्वरथिनं हिरण्यवर्णं चतुर्भुजं पद्मद्वयाभयवरदहस्तं कालचक्रप्रणेतारं श्रीसूर्यनारायणं य एवं वेद स वै ब्राह्मणः। ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। सूर्य आत्मा जगतस्तस्तुषश्च सूर्याद्वै खल्विमानि भूतानि जायन्ते सूर्याद्यज्ञः पर्जन्योऽन्नमात्मा। नमस्ते आदित्य त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं कर्म कर्तासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं विष्णुरसि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं रुद्रोऽसि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं मृगसि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं यजुरसि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं सामासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षमथर्वासि त्वमेव सर्वं छन्दोसि। आदित्याद्वायुर्जायते आदित्याद्भूमिर्जायते आदित्यादापो जायन्ते आदित्याज्योतिर्जायते आदित्याद्व्योमदिशो जायन्ते आदित्याद्देवा जायन्ते आदित्याद्वेदा जायन्ते आदित्यो वा एष एतन्मण्डलं तपति असावादित्यो ब्रह्म। आदित्योऽन्तःकरणमनोबुद्धिचित्ताहङ्काराः आदित्यो वै ज्ञानः समानो दानोपानः प्राणः आदित्यो वै श्रोत्रत्वक्चक्षुरसनघ्राणाः आदित्यो वै वाक्पाणिपादपायूपस्थाः आदित्यो वै शब्दस्पर्शरोरसगन्धाः आदित्यो वै वसनादानागमनविसर्गानन्दाः आनन्दमयो विज्ञानमयो विज्ञानगण आदित्यः। नमो मित्राय भानवे मृत्योर्मा पाहि भ्राजिष्णवे विश्वहेतवे नमः। सूर्याद्भवन्ति भूतानि सूर्येण पालितानि तु सूर्यलयं प्राप्नुवन्ति यः सूर्यसोऽहमेव च। चक्षुर्नो देवः सविता चक्षुर्नौ त पर्वतः चक्षुर्धाता दधातु नः। आदित्याय विद्महे सहस्रकिरणाय धीमहि तन्नः सूर्यः प्रचोदयात्। सविता पुरस्तात् सविता पश्चात्तात् सवितोत्तरात्तात् सविता धरात्तात् सविता न स्वतु सर्वताधिकं सविता नो रासतां दीर्घमायुः। ओमित्येकाक्षरं ब्रह्मा घृणिरिति द्वे अक्षरे सूर्य इत्यक्षरद्वयम् आदित्य इति त्रीण्यक्षराणि एतस्य एव सूर्यस्याष्टाक्षरो मनुः। यः सदा हरर्जवति स वै ब्राह्मणो भवति स वै ब्राह्मणो भवति। सूर्याभिमुखो जप्त्वा महाव्याधिभयात् प्रमुच्यते अलक्ष्मीर्नश्यति अभक्षभक्षणात् पूतो भवति गम्यागमनात् पूतो भवति पतितसम्भाषणात् पूतो भवति असत्सम्भाषणात् पूतो भवति। मध्याह्ने सूर्याभिमुखः पठेत् सद्योत्पन्नपञ्चमहापातकात् प्रमुच्यते सैषा सावित्रीं विद्यां न किञ्चिदपि न कस्मैचित् प्रशंसयेत्। य एतां महाभागप्रातः पठति स भाग्यवान् जायते पशून् विन्दति वेदार्थ लभते त्रिकालमेतज्जप्त्वा क्रतुशतफलमाप्नोति। हस्तादित्ये जपति समामृत्युं तरति य एवं वेद इत्युपनिषत्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। This is our contribution for today's mission. May it become successful. Our Telugu class will be at 10:30 now. First now we'll have our yoga darshanam.